If you're wondering about selling your home while living in Orange County, in this video, we're sharing all the tools for first-time home sellers, even if this isn't the first home you've ever sold. Today, we're covering topics like what are the most effective pre-sale renovations and repairs? Why should I paint my house before listing it? Do I just need cosmetic repairs before listing my house? Plus, a few other insider secrets every home seller needs to know. Stay with me till the end for today's crazy, stupid, silly, but very true real estate story. It's the favorite part of what I do, and you're gonna love it. Now let's get started. Okay, let me switch over to my laptop here. If you are thinking of selling your home, we're talking about the questions to ask before putting your home on the market so that you can put the most do-re-mi in your pocket when you sell your home. And here we go. Today, we're talking about the most effective pre-sale renovations and repairs, but first things first, what are pre-sale renovations? Well, these are the renovations and repairs that allow sellers to renovate now and pay later. But wait, there's more. These pre-sale renovations also allow sellers to maximize their profits and get a faster closing. So if you want to sell your home quicker and for top dollar, this is a strategy that may be worth considering. There are several really good companies that specialize in this, and I luckily have relationships with all of them. So drop me a comment below if you have questions about how all this works. But a common question I get is, should I sell my home in its current condition? Well, this is where we need to look at both sides of the coin. On the one hand, do you want the quickest sale? Probably. On the other hand, do you want to make the most money? Well, of course. But the common mistake a lot of sellers make is to just list their home and adjust the price for a quick sale without making any repairs or updates. Is this easier? For sure. But here's the thing. When you sell your home in as-is condition, you're often leaving money on the table. What are the real numbers? Well, on average, you're missing out on 15 to 20% of the profit that could go in your own pocket. Think about it. If this is your home that's here on the screen, a 1960s Rambler, for instance, and you're listing your home for, let's call it an very even $800,000. What is 20% of that? Let me look. That is about $16,000. So just think for a minute about what you could do with $16,000 in your pocket. Well, would it cover your moving costs? Would it cover your first couple of mortgage payments in the new house? Would it cover the costs for setting up your new home? Leave me a comment below on what you could do with $16,000. And even if you don't do any pre-sale renovations or repairs, we already know that staging will statistically bring in 20% more money and sell 80% faster, just staging without any repairs. So the question to ask yourself is this. Do you want a quick sale? Do you want to put the most do-re-mi in your pocket, or would you like both? For most of the clients that I work with, they say both. All right. Before we get to more tips on the most effective pre-sale renovations and repairs and what they might cost, if this is your first time on the channel and you don't want to miss any tools for first-time home sellers, then take a minute to subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications. This will also help people just like you who want the best information. On this channel, we talk about how to put the most do-re-mi in your pocket when you sell your home. My name is Rami, like do-re-mi. I'm an award-winning designer, a best-selling author, and a top-producing real estate agent who's worked across 4 states. My team and I get calls every single day from people asking how to sell my house more quickly, and we love hearing from you. Whether you're looking to sell your house and move tomorrow or somewhere down the road, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. We'd love to hear from you, and those links are below. All right. Before we get to more tips on the most effective pre-sale renovations and repairs and what they might cost, let's take a look at, well, what are the most effective pre-sale renovations? And the answer is simple. Cosmetic repairs are usually all that's needed. And these that I'm showing you here on the screen are the big 7. A fresh coat of paint, deep cleaning, new flooring, updated fixtures, that would include both faucets and light fixtures, staging, new landscaping, and that would include pressure washing, and a new garage door. These 7 basics allow the home to be listed quickly and bring in a higher profit. Are you surprised? Let me know in the comments if you would add anything to this list. All right. So, what do pre-sale renovations cost? Well, for your own house, what would your guess be? Would it be $10,000, $50,000? Well, depending on the square footage, how old your house is it a two-story home, and a few of those kinds of factors, it could be as low as $25,000 and it might go to $40,000, maybe more. The most important thing to know is pre-sale renovations allow you to renovate now and pay out of your closing proceeds. So there's no money up front. You're literally positioning yourself to make more money, and then your cost would come out of that accelerated profit. So on average, about $25,000 to $40,000, maybe more, depending on where your market is, if it's slow or if it's hot, and what kind of potential profit there is for you, given the condition of your current home. Now, a common question I get is, do I just need cosmetic repairs before listing my house and not renovations? Can we just keep it simple? Well, we just talked about the big seven, and these are the 7 things that bring the best ROI: the fresh paint, the cleaning, the new flooring, the updated fixtures, staging, of course, new landscaping, and a new garage door. Those are the big 7. But the clients that I work with often ask me, if I'm working with a budget, even if it's a time budget, could I choose only a couple of these? And if so, which ones would I choose? Well, as you look at this list, which 3 would you choose? Would it be a new garage door? You know what? This one actually surprises me at times, but it's in the top echelon of all the things that you can do to bring about the most ROI, or the most return on investment. And of course, each house is a case-by-case scenario, but here's what I would choose. I would choose these 3 items. I've got green arrows pointing to them so you can see them easily: a fresh coat of paint, the deep cleaning, including windows, and staging. Now, the reason these are my favorites is because we all become a little bit blind as to how tired our paint looks, and a fresh coat of paint makes a surprising difference. And we also get very used to our own dirt. And I know that sounds weird, but hiring a maid service to come out and do what they call a spring cleaning is definitely worth it. They'll get the ceiling fans, the baseboards, any cobwebs that are up high, window tracks, and all those nooks and crannies that buyers will notice. And also remember to declutter everything and box it up before the maids come. And if the maid service doesn't do windows, well, clean windows make an unbelievable difference. So go on to the Nextdoor app and find a local window washer. It's well worth it. And then staging, of course, makes a huge impact and can bring you 20% more money and help you sell 80% faster. So these would be my top 3 favorites: fresh coat of paint, deep cleaning, and staging. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you agree with my top 3 picks, or if you have some other ideas, or would you just do all 7 recommendations to get the most money? All right. Are you ready to see my short list of the do's and don'ts? We want to make sure that you don't make any of the common mistakes that so many other sellers make. So let's take a look at that. Okay. On my do's and don't list, do's and don'ts, my first do is that we do want to paint the house inside and out, especially if the paint has become tired. This usually happens about the 10-year mark. Now, if you don't want to paint the exterior, at the very least do power washing. That can do a lot to brighten up the exterior. But on the inside, pay attention to rooms that need special care, especially if they've endured pet damage or water stains, if you have small children that have handprints around the door jambs and things like that. And then lastly, choose neutral colors that will make your space look larger while encouraging a buyer's imagination. A buyer is more able to make your home theirs if they don't have any distractions. So we want to make all the colors neutral so they can imagine their own things. And then for the next do, we do want to enhance your curb appeal. Now, if you decide not to power wash the driveways or do any other landscaping, just remember that your home's first impression can be enhanced with a brightly colored front door, colorful flowers, maybe even patio furniture with inviting pillows. And then the next do would be to declutter, pack all your non-essentials into boxes and store them out in the garage. Pay particular attention to decluttering the kitchen and baths of any personal items. and consider staging both of these areas for the greatest impact. Now, most buyers make their decision to buy based on the kitchen, the primary bedroom, and the baths before they even consider the other things on their wish list. And if these areas are cluttered, then the rest of their wish list won't even matter. So we want to declutter and depersonalize. All right, ready to see what's on the don't list? And so our first don't is don't invest in large renovation projects that won't bring a good ROI or a good return on investment. For instance, the deck you've always wanted to add may not matter to a new owner. Converting a bathtub to a walk-in shower may not matter to a new owner. So stick with renovations that buyers most often look for, and just a simple trip to Google will give you lots of information on what buyers want in today's market. Just don't invest in projects that won't bring a return to your bottom line. All right, for the next don't go overboard. A kitchen or bath remodel might be a good investment, but keep it reasonable. Think update rather than remodel. You may be able to repaint existing cabinets, upgrade existing faucets, upgrade hardware, update light fixtures, maybe even replace counters and grout, but don't go overboard. And then the next don't item is don't do luxury. Don't add luxury items that may not have broad appeal. A home gym or media room might seem like a great idea to you, but could have little value to a potential buyer. Now, of course, if you're in a luxury market, the rules will be completely different. But for the average buyer, especially if they're a first-time buyer, luxury items could simply be too much, and you might not ever get your money back. So save those for your next home. The idea of pre-sale renovations and repairs or changing home sales as we've known it for years. Buyers nowadays expect open concept floor plans, certain upgrades to the kitchen, and they love family time in the backyard entertaining areas. So let's give them what they want the most. These pre-sale renovations, allowing you to renovate now and pay later, are a way to maximize your profits and allow for a faster closing. Most of my clients have loved having this option. Leave me a comment below if you'd like to know more about how all this works, but who doesn't want to make more money from their home sale? All right. In each of these episodes, I've promised to share with you the lighter side of real estate by featuring one crazy, stupid, silly story. These stories are the favorite part of what I do in real estate. So let me see, what do we have for today? And this one is from Shanice in Glendale. She actually sent me a whole email instead of answering on social media because she has quite the story. Shanice says, I went on a date with a guy I matched with on Bumble. I knew he was another realtor because, he told me 20 times. But it turns out he was very self-absorbed. He never even asked once what I did for a living. Well, 30 minutes into quote unquote dinner, which was really more of like an appetizer, because right after the appetizer came, he said he had to bounce. He's still talking about himself. And I'm over here listening to every single sale he's ever made and how great he is, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because, hello, I'm here trying to find love. But I'm really about ready to hit the wall because I shaved my legs, I blew out my hair, I put on makeup just to be here. And this guy hasn't asked me one single thing about myself because he's clearly that great. Anyway, she says, this guy eats all the bruschetta and he says, I got to bounce. My parking meter is almost up. Hey, you should come to my place. It's in the Hollywood Hills with great views of the city and Gaggenau appliances. You just have to leave before 6 a.m. because I have a busy day tomorrow. And she says, I'm laughing because with all these sales he's just told me about, he's using a parking meter because he's too cheap to valet. Whatever. Also, she says, I'm dying because I realize I'm on a date with a guy who just casually dropped the names of luxury kitchen appliances into the conversation as if he thinks I care about what kind of oven he has. But she says something doesn't add up. And now my curiosity has piqued, she says. So I asked him for the address. He tells me he's only going to give me the address if I agree to come over. And then I say, well, if I have to leave before 6 a.m., I need to know what kind of traffic I'm looking at. So I need to put the address into my phone. So he gives me the address, and that's when I put it into my MLS app. And it turns out, no surprise, it's not actually his place. I go a step further. I pull up the tax information since it's on the app on my phone in my hand. And that's when I look up at him and I say, well, luckily, the good news is traffic isn't going to be that bad tomorrow. But I'm pretty sure that the actual owner wouldn't be happy to know that you're using his listing as a hookup pad. I too am a real estate agent, she says, and you would know that if you'd asked me even one question about me. So I'm leaving your sorry butt right now. Fast forward a week, she says, I haven't spoken to him since, but like a true realtor, I suddenly got an invitation to his open house for that same place. I didn't make it there that night, but somehow was enough to make it onto his sorry list. I guess the moral of the story is be sure you know your realtor well. And if you don't, the cameras inside your house will tell you a lot. Okay, let's move on. Remember, whether you're looking to sell your house and move tomorrow or next year or somewhere down the road, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. We'll talk about how to put the most do-re-mi in your pocket. And when we see each other, you can ask about the 3 options for getting more do-re-mi from the sale of your home. I call these the 3 do-re-mi options. One of these will be just right for you, and the other 2, they won't be a fit. I'd love to go over these with you in person. So thanks for watching. Be sure and check out the description box below for any free giveaways, and I look forward to chatting with you soon.